So here's another problem that comes to us from the pre-algebra course. And we're going to look at this problem in what I hope is a bit simpler way as well. Now, in the pre-algebra course, basically we had to do a whole lot of work. We had to compute the discount, then we had to compute the sale price, then we had to compute the amount of sales tax, and then finally that got us to the final price. But all I really care about is what's the final price. So first let me review how we would have seen this in the pre-algebra course. We would have said, all right, I'm going to take the $389.99 regular price, and I'm going to multiply that by 25%. And that's going to give me $97.50. That's the amount of the discount. And then to compute the sale price, I've got to subtract that. So I've got to take this $389.99 again, and I'm going to subtract $97.50. And that's going to leave me with, let's see, $289, $292.49. $292.49. So there's my sale price. Then I'm going to compute the amount of tax. So I'm going to take the $292.49 and I'm going to multiply this by 6% because that's the sales tax rate. And that's going to give me to the nearest cent $17.55. And then finally, to compute the final price, I'm going to take $292.49, that was the sale price, plus $17.55, that was the tax rate, equals 3, 2 and 7, I'm going to carry 1, 10 and 4 cents. So there's my final price. But I don't really care about all of that intermediate stuff. I'm not worried about what's the amount of the discount, what's the amount of the sale price. All I really want to know is when I walk up to the cashier and say, hi, I'd like to buy this digital camera, the cashier rings it up and says, okay, that will be $310.04. Here's how I'm going to get there. I'm going to do the same thing I did with the fractions problem. I'm going to add and subtract some fractions, or in this case some percents, and then I'm going to multiply only at the very end. So here's the way I'm going to do this problem. 25% off. Well, if there was no discount, I'd be paying 100%. I'm going to take away 25%. That's going to leave me 75%. So I'm actually paying 75% of the cost. Now, if I were to multiply that 75% times the original $389.99, I would get $292.49. I would get the sale price. But I'm not going to bother to compute that separately. I don't have to. Let me just worry about the tax. If there was no tax, I'd just pay 100%. But there is tax, and tax is added on. I'm going to pay 6% added on. So that's 106%. So the final computation is going to be what is 106% of 75% of 389.99. And if I do that computation, I'm going to get the same $310.04 that I had before. And that's what I want. And that's how I want to do this problem in 107. If I'm dealing with stacked discounts or discounts and taxes or stacked taxes or anything where I have a bunch of percent changes, I want to do all the changes first from 100% and then multiply.